Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey,
I am Rungwin.
and we've got some stuff to talk about tonight. I'm going to give you
Yeah.
just a little teaser of the stuff we got tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about Starfield, very anticipated release. We're going to talk about Keiji Inafune, possibly. Keiji Inafune.
Possibly.
And some PlayStation Plus stuff, maybe some Evil Dead stuff. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before that, as we always do, let's talk weeks. How's your week been?
All right. I've been pretty good. Did get to go see the second Doctor Strange
Nice.
movie. Yes. Which I was kind of upset with.
What is the subtitle on that one?
The Multiverse of Madness.
That's
Multiverse of Madness. Yes. Yes, they made my girlfriend the villain.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's just, I don't know. It seems like they're trying to put too much stuff in these past few movies I've seen.
Yeah.
Trying to get too much stuff done at one time. So the problem with Eternals, that should have been 3 movies or maybe a series.
Right.
You're going to introduce 13 superheroes, and I don't know. There's so much that could have been done with this movie, and it just felt it almost felt rushed in a way, but it got a lot of nods right.
Yeah.
And you get some, I don't know, you get some weird jumps. I'm not going to spoil anything. You get some weird jumps in the movie that I think it could have been done a little bit better.
I got you.
But I think one of the problems with this movie is that it's a bridge.
Yeah.
This is an introduction. This is a like a 2.5 hour prologue, maybe.
Right.
Or forward. Which, like I said, it's not a bad movie by any stretch. But there's definitely ones better in the MCU, and I guess I'm hoping what is it? Is it June 8th, July 8th? The Thor one comes out.
Yeah.
Jane Foster.
I've got high hopes for that one.
I do too. I'm gonna go check that one out and see what they're doing, because I know it almost seems like they don't have an overarching idea for this.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just grasping and trying to find something to stick.
Yeah.
After a while, and I mean, maybe just because it's starting off after the new one, but after a while, when you go through the first 3 phases, you don't see any overarching theme in the first few movies, but after a while, there's an overall theme.
Right.
So
it's weird too, because I feel like the transitory period between like phase 1 to phase 2 was pretty good, and moving into phase 3, it was okay, right? But at the end of phase 3, we kind of got capstones for everything, right? It's just bam, here we go, everything's settled, and that's kind of why I didn't go see it. I don't know if I will. I might wait until it comes out on Amazon or something. Because
if you're not going there, if you don't need the movie experience for this movie,
right?
Blu-ray's good, DVD's good.
Well, No Way Home wrapped up the final plot thread I super cared about in the Marvel movies, which was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And the new
all the Spider-Man.
It did. And the new hook at the end of it kind of didn't grab me at all, So I'm just like, well, there's nothing I'm super looking forward to, but we'll see.
Yeah. That's it. I don't know. And yes, it's out of let's see, what was the past 4? Shang-Chi, Eternals, Far From Home, and the second Doctor Strange. The Far From Home, it just stands like head and shoulders above those other 3 right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Now these may work. It is a little bit, and I don't the push on girl power, which is fine.
Yeah, there's a ton of great female superheroes.
Yes, it's just they don't. Yeah, like I said in Eternals, like I dug Angelina Jolie's character. You could have done more with that. But I don't know. It's, I said, these past few movies maybe too much trying to get done at one time. I think that's going to be where I'm going to leave it at, because the market's going to end up deciding how these movies go.
Right.
And if even though they're always going to make lots of money.
Yeah.
So they're going to be looking at massive amounts of cash.
Yeah.
And they're going to see, which movies do the best and what they want. And they're going to, that's the direction that it'll flow. So
for sure. And just to Dark's comment, the writing is inconsistent across all of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And part of that is because there's a bunch of different writers, right? That's just how it works when you have a bunch of different writers. But some of the male superheroes are written really well. I mean, you look at the way that Steve Rogers is written for most of those movies. Look at the way that Tony Stark is written for most of those movies. You look at the way Peter Parker's written in all of those movies. And then you look at Hawkeye. Or you look at Thor for a part of his run. They brought him back, don't get me wrong. But you look at what they did with Falcon as a character, where he basically doesn't have a plot for a large chunk of those movies. Where Winter Soldier has such a cool start, and then it's like, well, he's there.
I enjoyed Captain Marvel. Better when I went back and watched them as
chronologically.
Yeah, chronologically. We start with Captain America, then that would be the second movie you'd watch. Yeah. It kind of fits in better and flows a little bit better. But the first time I watched it, it felt really kind of shoehorned in, kind of like they're trying to do, like they just had to get her in there.
Right.
And I agree. She's in the MCU. Captain Marvel's not a good.
She's barely a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a plot device, and that doesn't always have to be a bad thing, right? There's a lot of great plot devices in series, some of which masquerade as characters. It's just that Marvel has a bad habit of going, hey, these are the characters that get lines, and everybody else is going to get a joke, and that's all they get.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, as fractured as the Marvel, which is really weird, because I don't think DC, I'd have to go back and go, I don't think DC's as fractured as far as rights go.
Right.
As Marvel is. It may be in the future, but
DC just doesn't know what they're doing with their heroes.
There's some. I love Halle Berry, okay, but he's not Storm.
Right? No, for sure. Yeah.
The
Rugrid, do you know what happens to a frog when it's struck by lightning, or to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
Same thing as everything else. Wow. Classic. Thank you, Derek. I agree with that 100%. I think part of that may not have all been the writing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think some people are being afraid to see it as weak. And I think we have talked about this before.
Yeah.
And one of the problems that we had with Captain Marvel was what's her weakness?
Right. Her weakness is her humanity. Everything else about her is complete. It's like Superman. And when you write them as interesting people, and then they have those superpowers, you get an incredible character. But when you write them as that superhero, and then forget to make them a person, then they just come off as pompous.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why all the Christ metaphors don't work with Superman in Superman, Man of Steel, the 2006 one, where he's floating down to them with his arms out and his legs hanging. It's like, that doesn't work because you haven't sold me this character.
Right. And no, I didn't mind Halle Berry, Miss Berry as Storm at all. I was so happy for X-Men movies.
Right.
I can't explain.
Those movies are not great, but Wolverine is done really well in those movies.
Yeah, a little tall, but yes.
Yeah. Other than that, he's very good. I can't say the same for everybody else, but he's very good.
Yeah. Well, I think some of the casting was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then some of them I think was okay, this person's got star power.
Yeah.
and we can kind of make the role fit for them, and
Right.
so they work for them. So it worked for the movies.
Yeah, it did.
And I said,
It did.
okay. For I won't go into that because it is a spoiler for Doctor Strange.
Okay.
All things considered, with those Marvel movies, I think most comic book fans are like what they are with the MCU.
Yeah.
That is not the comic book universe.
Right. This is a different universe.
Yeah. I want to see pretty close to the comic book universe.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think that most of that cast is really great. And if they aren't those characters per se, they become those characters for the sake of those movies.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few. Look, I'm going to say it. I know that this comes up every time. I get why people don't like Scott Summers and Cyclops, but I'm a Cyclops fan, and those movies did my boy dirty. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Those movies did my boy dirty.
They did. And he, I don't know. Yeah, he's got to be played. If you're gonna put him on screen, man, Cyclops gonna be like, I don't know, a more mature, held together Captain Bright.
He's got to be Captain Bright with just a little bit of jock in there.
Yeah,
to where he's got to one up Wolverine every time.
Yeah,
and like when I think of Cyclops, I think of two different things. I think of Cyclops. Spoilers, I guess, for the comics. It hasn't been in any of the movies, but I think of Cyclops mourning his brother. Yeah, the moment where he's like over Havoc's body, and then Wolverine comes up to try and like give him a hug, and he just blasts him.
Yeah.
And then I think of the moment in the terrible X-Men versus Punisher comics where Cyclops accidentally kills Punisher's family. And Punisher comes up to him and he's like, "What did you do?" And Cyclops says, "Look, man, sometimes people just get hurt in the line of duty." And it's like, yeah, that's Cyclops to me. He is the guy that'll nobly stand up and lead the X-Men while also going, yeah, look, I realize I killed your kids. I'm sorry about that, but sometimes people just gotta die, you know?
Yeah. And I didn't think she was a very good rogue.
Nah.
Cute. I agree. But I don't know.
Didn't sell me on the rogue.
No.
Yeah, that's they focused just on that aspect. They didn't focus on the leader side of it. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that.
Give my boy.
And he needs to be like that, or you won't understand why his brother can't stand him.
Yeah. That's right. He's a good guy who unfortunately is also a jock.
Yeah.
He has to be the best guy in the room. It's insecurity, you know? That's all it is. He's just a little insecure. Jean just needed to spend a little bit more time with him and a little bit less time in Wolverine's bedroom, and everything would have been fine.
Yeah. Of course, then there's the whole Emma Frost situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, we are off in the comic book lore weeds here.
Let's pull it back a little bit.
So I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I did get the chance to work on some songs. I finished up some songs.
Yeah.
I got to get some videos shooted.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's a link to the YouTube again for anybody that doesn't have it. There's a link to the YouTube.
Appreciate that. I think so. I agree, Doc. Those three.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But not much more than that. So, like I said, I'm all caught up now on the MCU.
Yeah.
So yeah, that goes. So how's your week been, sir?
It's been pretty good. I've still been reading Sobote Must Be Destroyed. And I'm not going to get too much into it because, again, I don't want to spoil it for people. I firmly recommend this manga. I'm hoping, I have heard that there might not be an ending translated yet, so I hope that I can find one. But I'm really enjoying reading it. It's taken a lot of curves, but it is very much a interesting horror manga with actually like a really good, solid main cast of characters. I was surprised to find how much I liked these characters. So it's expect a full video on it, of course, when I'm done, because you know how much I love to review manga that nobody's ever heard about. But look, that pseudo harem review might be the only pseudo harem review on YouTube. I don't know, but I also don't care.
Excellent, sir.
No,
You do you.
it's a really fun series, and they introduced a character. I won't spoil too much, but they introduced a character that is basically like Imperial Soldier Man, and like to the T, to the point where somebody suggests that he's out of time. Yes, Ncaa is his name. He's a man out of time. And somebody suggests that Japan might have lost a war in his future. And he lost his mind and grabbed them and was trying basically to kill them, yelling at them, going, "How could you, a Japanese man, say that we could lose a war?" And it's like, yeah, he's great. He's so wonderful. I love him. So, yeah. Should read Somote Must Be Destroyed. It's pretty good.
Right on. Right on, sir.
Also, there's some really good twists in there. There's one that I did not see coming at all, and afterwards I was just like, yeah! He stays that great the whole time? Awesome. I love him so much already. I think I'm on volume 14 now, almost towards the end of volume 14. I might be on volume 15, but I'm still pretty early on. There is a little bit of unfortunate stuff that I'll get into with a review, I'm sure. One of them is that a pretty strong female character is kind of just like kidnapped pretty early on. And she still gets to do cool stuff, so it's not just rescue the princess, right? But the only thing that I think makes it okay is that a strong male character gets kidnapped for a while too, and so it's like it's balancing it out. But otherwise, it's like, man, I'm really tired of seeing this trope. I wish we didn't have to rescue the princess all the time. But we'll see. I like the stuff that she's doing right now. So
sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've still been playing Guild Wars 2, as I'm sure everybody can see by the stuff on the channel. It gets better. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Guild Wars 2 continues to be a really fun game. I dipped my toes into PvP, and that video will be going up next week. I will say now that I need to put a little bit more time into it, but tentatively it's my favorite MMO PvP, and that includes the new 14 mode, Crystalline Conflict, which had become my favorite PvP mode in MMOs. So this PvP benefits you, much like 14's PvP, benefits you in every other game mode as well by playing it. And they introduced like a reward track, which is kind of like a battle pass, except you can't buy onto it, and it renews, so you never lose progress on it. So there was one for a dungeon gear, where you do the reward track, and just for playing matches, you can get some of the gear given to you. And I got 8 out of 40 steps into it, and it went away, and I was like, oh no. And then I looked in the list, and it's set to come back in like 2 weeks, and it still has my 8 out of 40 on there.
Nice. Yeah.
So,
not quite the same electro, but we got certain seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
We have seasonal raids, seasonal instances you can do and get prizes, and you don't, your tokens or whatever you get are good the next time that comes up.
Nice.
Or,
Very cool.
Whatever. So you don't lose your spot. That's cool.
I love 14, but that is one of my problems with 14 when it does the Moogle Tomes event. It's almost always new tomestones. So you have to do all of it again, basically. It's different like instances that you have to do, but you aren't like Moogle Tomestones of Soldiery you'll have one time, and then Moogle Tomestones of like Transmogrification will be the next one. And it's like, okay, so I just have to sit on these now in case they ever bring it back, but they probably won't, so I should probably just destroy the extras that I have, but I can't, because what if they do bring it back, Yeah. And it's great that Lotro and Guild Wars don't do that.
Now my bag's full.
That's right.
I had to buy more storage.
But Guild Wars 2 continues to be fun. I'm still really enjoying that. Then I've got a really cool video planned. I don't know when it's going to get done. So I'm going to put secret video on here. Because I'm going out of town tonight. And I've got a really cool thing planned for that. And I'll be back Thursday. Don't worry. Thursday podcast still happening. Unless something terrible happens, I guess, but I'll be back.
We got something to talk about Thursday for sure.
Yeah, we sure do. The plan for Thursday has changed because both of us forgot about a book coming out, so the planes are getting put on hold. Just heads up on that, everybody.
Yes, FYI.
But no, I'm excited for that. And yeah, there's some cool stuff coming up. So please look forward to all that. But that's pretty much been my week.
Awesome. We'll do that.
Let's get into reviews.
All right. Hey, you need to. We've got 2 up here. You were saying you might have one more for us, right?
Yes, let me refresh the page and see if the embargo has actually dropped or not like it was supposed to. It has not. So we'll be covering the reviews for Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song next week.
Oh, all right. All right.
So we're going to start with We Were Here Forever. Now, We Were Here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I was just saying I haven't heard this. A lot of times, it's come across, like I've seen it labeled somewhere, and I have to avoid that to not see any reviews or anything, but I haven't heard this one.
Ice cream. I forgot. Thank you.
Ice cream!
So, We Were Here was a pretty popular, I say pretty popular, it was a niche popular co-op game. And again, co-op games don't come out that often, so that anytime a new one comes out that's even relatively good, it gets a lot of acclaim, right? Yes. We Were Here Forever is like the upgraded version with new content and a bunch of new stuff that really doubles down on that co-op feature of it. Some of the puzzles include stuff like, some of the puzzles include stuff like having to step on buttons in the right order to make platforms appear, while other stuff is like, hey, you both need to remember the order of this thing, except your order is backwards from each other. So work together. And it was played by a lot of popular streamers. A lot of VTubers played it, of course, when it first was announced and builds were open. But now it is fully out. And based on just what I've told you, what do you think the critic average score is?
Give it an 86.
86? Okay.
Yeah.
We still don't have our thing yet, so we'll go back to the axe.
Axe in the face.
80, right. An 88 from Dark. You like We Were Here? All right. 82 Sweet. From Faith. The score is 73.
Okay.
Not bad.
No, not bad. We're shooting a little high.
A little high. IGN says, if you've got a like-minded friend who loves puzzles and escape rooms as much as you do, We Were Here Forever is a very special game with a 12-hour co-op campaign full of some of the most clever puzzles around. And we don't normally read IGN reviews, but I wanted to read that one because that's a dang good IGN review. That's a good blurb. It tells me what I need to know. It's a puzzle game. It's kind of got escape room vibes. It's 12 hours long. You need another person to play it.
There you have it.
That's pretty good. God is a Geek says We Were Here Forever is a fun, challenging co-op puzzler, but it's too long and has too many obtuse puzzles to easily recommend to everyone.
12 hours is too long.
Apparently. I have 2 more for you here. Well Played says We Were Here Forever is a fun, cooperative, puzzling experience that unfortunately outstays its welcome with a bloated runtime and an infuriating amount of backtracking.
I wonder if these people just didn't enjoy the person they were playing it with.
It feels like it, doesn't it? And then
Game Skinny left.
Game Skinny says, We Were Here Forever has some good ideas, but stumbles into unbalanced puzzles that leave one player standing around and sounding like Darth Vader in their walkie-talkie. Why is that a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing to sound like Darth Vader in the walkie-talkie?
A bonus 10 points on the...
Yeah. I want to sound like Darth Vader in a walkie-talkie.
Oh, absolutely.
So, based on those, what do you think the critic recommended score is for We Were Here Forever?
Well, it's hard to say. Based on those, I could have almost gave it a 99. So I'm gonna go with what I heard from them, and I think I'm gonna give it a 68.
Okay. Got an 82 from Faith. An 88 from Dark. The answer is 43%.
Oh, daggum. I just don't think they like the person they're playing it with.
Yeah.
That's
You did stick with your numbers. That's true. Ugh.
yeah, that's rough. 43 is pretty rough. I don't know.
But I should also mention it doesn't have a lot of reviews. I don't know if people are just late to the reviews or what, but there are only 1, 2,
They don't have friends.
7. There are only 8 reviews, so that is skewed definitely by those that said no. It skews it pretty heavily. But 12 hours. Can you? That should be a challenge. Can you stand 12 hours playing this game with someone? If not, were you ever really friends? Next up is The Evil Dead, the game.
All right. What you got?
So, Evil Dead, the game is I don't want to say Dead by Daylight like, because it is a different type of game a little bit, but it's in that same style.
Yeah, more like, Left 4 Dead, right?
Sort of, but Left 4 Dead in a Dead by Daylight arena.
Okay.
It's weird. It's definitely borrowing ideas, right? But it is 4 players versus the enemy, and the enemy is controlling the darkness, controlling the wonderful evil that is in Evil Dead, right?
Right.
You can play as Ashley Williams in this game, so keep that in mind for the sake of scores.
100.
100.
100. Recommended everything. 100 across the board.
So, based off just what you know, based on the genre, which is kind of a niche genre, right?
Yeah.
And the property, which is a well-beloved property.
Yeah.
What do you think the critic average score is for Evil Dead, the game?
84.
Okay.
I'm hoping Ash carries it.
46.
Oh, Dark gave 46. That's probably closer, Dark.
The answer is 68.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a couple reviews for you here. Some of which are good reviews and some of which I just found funny. Try Hard Guides, which we've never covered on the channel before, says, campy and full of action, Evil Dead the game still manages to throw in plenty of scares and tense moments as a human player, and playing the demon offers a truly strategic experience where you still feel challenged. Powerful you may feel, but never overwhelmingly so, as humanity's defenders can easily overcome a cocky and careless demon. We're lagging to you? Oh no. Oh no. Let me see if the stream is lagging on my end. No, it is not lagging on my end.
Hey.
That's pretty good. But why, though, says Evil Dead the game is a blast. It's fun to play, difficult in spots, and something I can see myself returning to again and again just to keep exploring and learning, as well as unlocking new things, as I'm sure they'll become available over the game's lifespan. That's something we should include in our review. Is it's only going to get better, right? They're definitely right. Cyberpunk only going to get better, right? Plus, for Deadites out there, it's beyond a great buy with lore plugged into just about every design choice, line of dialogue, and piece of the landscape. So pick it up and all the king, baby.
See, that tells me right there the difference in the reviews. You're going to have major different scores.
Yep.
And yes, that's why I said 100 on both of them.
Yep.
It should be. If you love Evil Dead, you probably would like the game. Yeah.
That's right.
But that just confirms that for me. That whoever wrote that, they like Evil Dead.
Yeah. Next up is Survivor, who says, it's sometimes a little rough around the edges, but there are some amazing selling points when it comes to Evil Dead. It has the look, feel, and sound of proceedings down pat, even down to the movement of the evil presence as it stalks Ash and his friends in the cold, dark woods.
What?
Yeah. That. And then finally, I want to read this one from Outer Haven Productions, sorry.
Hey.
Evil Dead the game is a game that's great in concept, but makes the same mistake that other games looking to dethrone Dead by Daylight make, focusing on one franchise and expecting it to carry the whole experience. Evil Dead the game has a solid foundation, but stagnates very easily due to a lack of variety in gameplay objectives and maps. Not to mention, it relies on people working together in order to win as one side, which doesn't work without a solid communication system that everyone actually uses or a community that actually wants to work together.
Had a bad time with your friends, huh?
So I was about to say, that sounds like a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Don't know what you expected,
Yeah.
but it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah. Wow. So is that the reviews, sir?
Yep.
Those weren't very helpful, really.
Nope.
72.
Okay.
72.
Yeah, this week I couldn't find any reviews that actually gave a good idea of what the scores would be, so I just went with the best ones. I mean, by which I mean the funny ones.
Right.
82 from Faith. The score is 62.
Okay. Yeah, well. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's going to come down to, do you like the Evil Dead or not?
Right.
And look, people have put up with bad games in the past.
For sure.
Because we got to play the character they wanted to play. Well, I'll put say not halfway decent games in the past.
Yeah.
There's been some terrible games. What was it like? Oh, the Avengers? Was that the?
Oh, yeah. That.
And then they bounced back Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But...
Also, just a quick heads up, another thing that might have affected the score on this is that you can already play as Ash Williams in Dead by Daylight. So people haven't been jonesing to get to play as Ash because they've had that opportunity in a game like this already.
Look, I just want a button that's dedicated to a one-liner.
Yeah.
From Ash. That even if you can't use it till after a kill, you got to power it up.
Right.
That's fine. But
Dead by Daylight, yeah. We're gonna talk about Dead by Daylight in a little bit.
Oh. God.
All right.
You ready for announcements, Bo?
Yeah, let's get into the announcements. And we cover these now every week. So the first ones here are every week, every month. The Game Pass announcements for the month. We got some interesting picks here that are coming. Skate is coming to the cloud. Then we have Farming Simulator 22. Floppy Nights. Jurassic World Evolution 2. Pac-Man Museum. Umurangi Generation. Little Witch in the Woods, which Little Witch in the Woods looks really cool. I want to play that one. Sniper Elite 5. Cricket 22. Hard Space Shipbreaker. Her Story. And Vampire Survivors. Now,
okay.
I am prepared for... I have all of these pulled up. If you have any questions about any of these, I'm prepared.
Not really. It's not
learned from last month.
Right. Well, it's not exactly an astounding list for the month, I don't think.
Right.
They got a couple on there. I don't remember that. I never heard of that vampire game.
Vampire Survivors interesting because it's only $3.
Is it top down?
So let me pull up my stuff here. It is yes, and it is a survive until dawn kind of game.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I have seen that one. Yeah, I know what that one is.
Interesting that a $3 game is free with Game Pass. I don't think we've seen that before. But good for the developers. They're going to get more downloads because of that.
Absolutely. Well, they always have indie games in with the I almost said arcade games. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's what it used to be called though, Xbox Live Arcade.
The indie games with the path they try to, it seems like every once in a while. The what was the which one that you wanted to play? Which and the Who?
Oh, it is. Let me pull it back up here. Get the exact title because I almost said Wish Beyond the Wild Light. Little Witch in the Woods.
Little Witch in the Woods.
Yeah, it is a game about a little witch that has to go out and journey. It's very much Atelier in that you have to go out and gather materials to craft potions.
Now, is that one a side scroller?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Okay.
It's like an old school Zelda like. So,
Okay.
that one looks cool.
What?
Witch in the Hoop.
Yeah.
And then just a quick heads up here for the ones leaving. Leaving on May 31st will be EA Sports NHL 20, Farming Simulator 19, because you're getting the better version. I assume it's better anyway. I don't know that. Knockout City, which is still a relatively recent release. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. If you haven't played 7 yet, you really should, because that's a great game to play for free. Free. Spellforce 3 Soul Harvest, Super Hot Mind Control Delete, and Yes Your Grace. I'll be leaving.
Nice.
So,
all right.
Keep that in mind. All right. And then the other thing we have for announcements is it's very special. It's very special. It's called Hooked on You.
Yeah.
And this is the Dead by Daylight dating sim.
Okay. What?
So let me go through the list of revealed dating prospects here. You'll be able to date the Trapper, the Huntress, the Wraith, the Spirit, and I believe it might just be those 4 confirmed right now. Okay. But yeah, it's an official Dead by Daylight dating sim. And for anybody who's like, this comes out of nowhere, what is this? So, not that long ago, the Dead by Daylight devs did a survey to see what their fans wanted most. And the thing that was wanted most was patches to the perk system to make it actually balanced. And they ignored that and chose the joke option they put on there, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Because it did get a lot of votes. It really did. It got a lot of votes. So,
yes. Well,
don't put memes on your survey if you don't want people to vote for it. Yeah. And they did. So now they're having to make a dating sim.
Well, it was the community named boat. The winner was Bodie McBoatface.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
guess what?
You asked for it.
That's right. Oh, no, they have stated after this, because some people got a little upset, going like, hey, you ignored the one that won, which was the perk system. They've stated that they're going to be overhauling that system at some point in the future, 40-plus perks being changed completely. We'll see. I'm not somebody who plays Dead by Daylight actively. I still have my account, but that was my biggest issue with the game, is that depending on what perks the enemy took, sometimes you just couldn't do anything. It's like, all right. And that's either side. Sometimes you just couldn't catch survivors, and sometimes you couldn't escape the killers. Because guess what? OP perks. But, I mean, I have no desire to play this. To be honest with you, I love visual novels. I have no desire to play this. Just because I don't want to date any of these. The Trapper has... how do I word this without us getting demonetized? The Trapper is in a very tight swimsuit in the trailer that shows bulges in places that would make it where some people might want to try and date him. And then the Huntress is in a very skimpy bathing suit, I suppose. But I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm just not. If it's funny, I'll give it a shot. But otherwise, I'm just not interested. So it may be hooked on you, but it didn't hook me.
No, I think I'll pass on that one. Thank you, sir.
So let's get into the news.
Okay, I got a blank on here, man.
Yeah, so this is a new thing that got announced just a little bit ago. Yeah, I also love visual novels. I'd rather play some other ones. Unless it's funny, then I'll play it. I played the Colonel Sanders one, so. Twitch is adding a new feature for emotes.
Okay, that's not the new. Okay, I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
No, no, that I need some more numbers before we talk that. I need something to be able to make sure that I have the right numbers on
Yeah.
that because I've
Yeah.
heard
Okay.
so many different numbers.
Okay.
No, so Twitch is adding a feature where if someone makes an emote for you, you can give them an artist badge on their Twitch profile. So that when they comment, that emote comes up in a portrait showing that they were the one who made it.
Okay.
Which
Recognition.
means people could then follow that account to get to their profile to be able to follow their links to be able to get art from them.
Make it a little bit easier to find the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. I'm
That's
down for
a
that.
cool thing to have. There's not really much more to say about it other than
No,
awesome.
that's a cool thing. Yeah.
But
I like that.
yeah. It is limited to only 5 badges per channel at first. They want to see how it's going to be used. And this is officially from Mary Kish, who works for Twitch now. Been in the games industry for a long time. She's the one who went personally answering as many questions she could on this. They want to just test the waters right now. They don't want people to just be spamming it on their favorite accounts to try and get people to follow them when they're not actually artists. So hopefully it all works out. But yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
stuff
Hopefully
they
it works
deserve.
out well.
Let's get into this next story, which we have a little bit more to talk about here. Starfield has been delayed.
That wasn't the only one, was it?
No. Redfall was also delayed. And here's the thing. We only knew the name for Redfall. We didn't have a release date. We didn't have a lot of information for Redfall other than it's going to be in space. And it's getting delayed too. And specifically, it's the start of the statement is we've made the decision to delay the launches of Redfall and Starfield to the first half of 2023. Sure. But why are you acting like we know what Redfall is?
Just, if it's that big of a deal, why are you releasing it at the same time as Starfield?
Right, which is their big premiere game.
Yeah, the Skyrim in space, the never ending whatever.
Yeah,
the big marketing for it. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. No surprise. I mean, are you surprised at all there's a delay?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think
And
so. I doubt anybody else.
with the Starfield delay, and then we had the Breath of the Wild 2 delay, this year is getting pretty barren
Seems
in
to
big
be.
releases.
Seems to be. Yeah, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know there's a lot of new stuff coming out, you know.
Yeah.
Unreal 5, we've talked about that. Lumen, and then the Polygon thing.
Right.
And then, a few other things with that. And I don't know if I can understand maybe, hey, because there is other stuff coming out as well. Now that that's come out.
Yeah.
So, I can understand, hey, we can actually make this better. If we take a couple more months, we can implement this. But I don't know, man. It's just become such a, hey, we got a big game coming out. And, the first announcement you hear when they give you a date, you might as well, I bet you
Don't plan on that. Yeah, don't take days off on that time.
Yeah, no joke.
I mean, what else do we still have coming this year? We got God of War, maybe.
Is that
Final
what
Fantasy
Redfall
16? Maybe. Oh, that's right. Redfall is a Left 4 Dead like. Yes. We know almost nothing about the story. So.
Okay, so I know. Okay, yeah, they read the reviews for the Evil Dead game. Like, maybe push it back a little bit.
Saw Back 4 Blood not do that well. Dying Light 2. Prince of Persia got pushed back. Diablo 4, maybe. I don't think so. Tiny Tina's. Forspoken, maybe. Bayo 3, maybe. We've got no further information on any of those, really, on release dates. That Sonic game will probably come out, Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
And then Xenoblade. That's pretty much it, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not surprised.
No.
They also, they say at the end of it, we can't wait to share our first deep dive into the gameplay for both Redfall and Starfield soon. And sure, that's fine, but it made me realize that we've known about Starfield for 4 years now and have yet to see a bit of gameplay.
Well, we've had the Prince of Persia discussion before about
Yeah.
the ridiculous amount of time that game's tried to get going.
Yeah.
It's been redone and hasn't happened.
We'll see. It looks
All
like
right.
looks like Elden Ring and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 gonna be sweeping the year. That's all I'm saying.
Because there's nothing else. All right.
So next up, news-wise, we have one that's near and dear to my heart. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. My game of the year 2 years ago. An incredible game that I think more people need to play is getting a pretty substantial update for the PS4 release, which is going to be free on August 4th. Basically, the Switch version came out with more stuff. And it wasn't a small amount of more stuff. It's pretty good. And they're adding all of that stuff to the PS4 version for free.
Okay. That's sweet.
Brand new weapons for every character. And as you can guess by the title, there are 13 characters. Go figure. So brand new weapons for all of them that should change quite a bit of it for people playing for the first time or going back to play. So
yeah, that's cool. I always like free stuff. Free updates
for sure.
Bring people back to the game.
With that. Next up, we have kind of a weird one.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this title out here. Go for it.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is crossing over with Evangelion.
Okay, that's what I thought I read.
For the mobile version of it, not the full one, or not the PC one, the mobile version.
I mean, you've all got phones, don't you?
Right. Oh, look, I'll be the first one to say I'm not a big Ava fan. I'm not. That's why I said it wrong on purpose the first time. People are going to be like, "Oh, he's never even seen it." Look, I'm not a huge fan of it. The way that people raise it as the pinnacle of mecha and say this one's about the characters when they ignore that that's what the genre's built on. It's not a deconstruction of mecha. It literally is just another mecha show. Watch more mecha, you'll see. It's not the show's fault, but this is weird, man. Like even as somebody that doesn't like Ava, what is this?
I don't know.
From today until June 19th, you can get exclusive new Evangelion-themed items and iconic plug suits from Shinji, Rei, Asuka, and more on PUBG Mobile by playing the game.
Next, we'll have our, Long John Silver's Echo the Dolphin crossover.
Right? And I guess, Fortnite does crossovers all the time, right? So I get where they're coming from. But of all the things to cross over, PUBG is supposed to be the more grounded one. What?
I don't know. It'd be kind of like, I don't know, doing something as silly as putting Doctor Who and Eve.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That'd be just crazy.
It's at that level of what are we doing? So, I have followed the link that they put out in their tweet, and I wish I could tell you that the link gave me more information. It just takes me to the Google Play page for PUBG Mobile. So
play the game, find out.
Yeah, but no, it just I don't understand. What? Why would you do this? Also, I've seen some footage of the suits. And they don't look incredible in the game. But the art is pretty good. I'm going to pull the art up here so everybody can see it.
Well, I'm sure the art's good. I just wonder, how does this... Who approached who?
Yeah.
To put this out?
I wish I could tell you. I wish I understood what was happening.
Go forth to victory.
You like the bots for? Yeah, I do too. I like the Avas are pretty cool. I think the plot is not terrible. I think it's a little it can't. I'm going to word this very carefully because I know the Ava audience because they've come after me before for ranking Ava really poorly in my ranking of mecha shows. I think there are times that Ava can be very pretentious. So, all I'm saying is the whole plot of Ava is getting the robot Shinji, which is also the whole plot of original Gundam, except there's also more to it after that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
But who cares about plot? Plug suits, right? That's what everybody cares about. Plug suits. Also, I bet people that play PUBG that love Ava are kicking themselves for choosing a male character now.
Maybe.
Yeah, Ava's something. Dark, I will start sending people to you when they come after me on Ava because. Next up is the PlayStation Plus new tiers and everything has been unveiled. All the first launch.
Okay.
PlayStation Plus Plus.
Okay.
It's actually like a pretty decent list. So this might take a minute as I'm gonna run down these.
All right.
I don't blame you, Dark. As you might remember, the way that the tiers broke down is you have your standard tier, which will get new games, of course, as it always does, every month. And then you'll get the higher tiers that have the PlayStation 3 streaming or have the classic games catalog, right? So
Okay.
I guess as part of like a big bonus for this, they added a bunch of games to the PS4 and PS5 catalog for the extra and premium deluxe plans. And that is Alienation, Bloodborne.
Of course.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Concrete Genie, Days Gone, Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition, Death Stranding and Death Stranding Director's Cut, Demon's Souls, the remake,
Okay.
Destruction All-Stars, Everybody's Golf, which is not the golf game that's getting taken down. That's the other golf game. It's hard to keep up with. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. You get that for free on PS4 or PS5. God of War, the 2018. Gravity Rush 2, Gravity Rush Remastered, Horizon Zero Dawn, Infamous First Light and Infamous Second Son, Knack, because you got to have Knack in there. Little Big Planet 3, Loco Roco Remastered and Loco Roco 2 Remastered, Marvel's Spider-Man and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Matterfall, Medieval, the remake, Patapon Remastered, Patapon 2 Remastered, Resogun, Returnal, worst title in the history of video games, Shadow of the Colossus, the remake, Tearaway Unfolded, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us Left Behind, Until Dawn, Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End, Uncharted the Lost Legacy, and Wipeout Omega Collection, and that's just the one Sony owns. I told you it's going to take a minute. You also are getting Ashen, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Batman Arkham Knight, Celeste, City Skyline, Control the Ultimate Edition for PS4 and PS5, Dead Cells, great roguelike, Far Cry 3 Remastered, Far Cry 4, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, For Honor, Hollow Knight, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 11, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, NBA 2K22, Outer Wilds, great game, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil, Soul Calibur 6, South Park, The Fractured But Whole, The Artful Escape, The Crew 2, and Tom Clancy's The Division.
Hey, to her face. Sorry. Saw that.
No, for sure.
Hey, to her face. Oh man, that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot.
It is.
And it's I'm glad it's coming to PlayStation. I think we talked about pricing before and had some discussion about that. I'm glad it's coming to PlayStation. They're late to the game on that, I believe. But
I have those prices again for anybody
yeah,
that wants to hear them.
I would.
So that is the extra or premium tiers. Either one of those gets you all those games, and there will be more coming to those. The current standard one that gets you the new games every month is $9.99 monthly, $24.99 quarterly, $59.99 yearly, right?
Okay.
The extra one, which gets you all those games that I just mentioned, is $14.99 monthly, $39.99 quarterly, and $99.99 yearly. So for an additional $5 a month, you get all of those games. You could pay $5, play any one of those you want, and then cancel before the next month and only have paid $5 to play that game.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But the premium edition has a couple new features, which are the classic games catalog. So this is PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 1, 2, and PSP.
You're missing your mark. Why is that only on that tier?
I agree. Here's the list for those. You ready?
Oh, man. Seriously?
Yep.
It's unfortunately... What was the pricing? What was the pricing on this one again before you start this list?
The pricing on the premium tier is $17.99 monthly, $49.99 quarterly, and $119.99 yearly. So $20 more a year from the extra tier, or $60 more a year from the essential tier, the standard one.
Okay.
Listing here is not quite as long for some of them as I'd like it to be, but Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, IQ Intelligent Cube, Jumpin' Flash,
Ooh.
Siphon Filter, Super Stardust Portable, Mr. Driller, Tekken 2, Worms World Party, and Worms Armageddon. That's all the classic PlayStation 1 games.
Okay.
Next up are the remasters of PlayStation 1 games. Ape Escape 2, Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits, Dark Cloud 1 and 2, Fantavision, Hot Shots Tennis, Jack 2, Jack 3, Jack X Combat Racing, and Jack and Daxter The Precursor Legacy. So that's all the Jack games.
Yeah.
Dark Cloud 1 and 2 are fantastic. Rogue Galaxy, which is an incredible RPG. Siren, Wild Arms 3, another great RPG. BioShock Remastered, Borderlands The Handsome Collection, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. This is including PS3 games in this class.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, and Lego Harry Potter Collection. All of those downloadable. Then we get into the PS3 games that are streaming.
Okay.
So you will stream these to your PS3, which means you will have to have an internet connection to be able to play these. Crash Commando, Demon's Souls the Original, Echo Chrome, Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds, Hot Shots Golf World Invitational, Ico, Infamous 1, Infamous 2, and Infamous Festival of Blood, Loco Roco Kokoreko, always trip over that title, Motorstorm Apocalypse, incredible racing game, Motorstorm RC, Puppeteer, Rain, Ratchet & Clank Quest for Beauty. I'm sorry, let me get these titles correct. Ratchet & Clank Quest for Booty, Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time, Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, Resistance 3, Super Stardust HD, Tokyo Jungle. Heck yeah, play Tokyo Jungle in HD. Wind Vikings Attack, Asura's Wrath. That'll be the full version of the game, by the way. That'll include the DLC. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, Devil May Cry HD Collection, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, Fear, Lost Planet 2, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
That's a pretty decent list.
It is, and all that's just the stuff that's going to be there today.
Yeah.
They're going to be adding more, of course, to all those tiers.
No, not a lot. Excited about Siphon Filter.
Yeah.
Love that game. So
also, if you have the premium tier, You get
Oh.
access to time-limited game trials. Here's the listing of those that are going to be available right now. It's 2 hours of the game. It only counts when you're in the game. If you go back to the PlayStation menu, it doesn't count your time. They specifically say that it's a way to try out the games, and the save data from the trophies that you get in the trial will carry over if you purchase the game.
All right.
These are Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. Sure. I feel like wasn't that already included in the deal?
The Nathan Drake collection.
Oh, you're right. You're right. And then Horizon Forbidden West, as well as Cyberpunk 2077, Farming Simulator 22, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and WWE 2K22.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like something to be on to get 2 hours in a game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth paying that. That doesn't seem like, that's kind of like, oh, big deal.
2 hours each. Wait a minute, 2 hours each.
Mm.
I agree. I don't think it's super worth that.
No. And yeah, there's the way they crunch them enough. If you're going to stiff arm companies into a demo.
Right.
If it's the game, if you're playing the first 2 hours of the game, but then again, 2 hours?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Uncharted, 2 hours on an Uncharted game?
Yeah.
You haven't even got started.
That's very true. And 2 hours in something like Horizon's not going to give you a full aspect of the game either.
Yeah. So I don't know. That doesn't, maybe missing something there, but it just doesn't seem like they're really offering much with that.
Yeah. I feel like there are other games where it'll definitely, like Farming Simulator 22, you're going to know within 2 hours. You're going to know.
Well, look, I don't know why, but that game's got a huge following.
It does.
As long as they don't ruin it, and they keep improving the graphics, making it better, and all that, and the sounds.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's a big thing in the game for a lot of people. The that kind of game to me is like who's buying that.
Yes.
You've got your market for that game. It's like the flight simulator. You have a niche market for that.
For sure.
People that have the ability to run it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. That doesn't seem like that good of a. Hey, you have to pay to get this.
Right. To me, it's worth it to get the premium tier or the extra tier. I mean, to be able to access a ton of games, download the ones you want, play them. Like Ghost of Tsushima, that's still a very expensive game. Bloodborne is still like $40, I think. Demon Souls, the remake, is still full price. The new God of War game, you can get it for around $30, $40. If you're looking at like Little Big Planet 3, I think that's running for like $20. Shadow of the Colossus is absolutely worth an additional $5 that month to be able to play. There's just so many that it's like, yeah, I'd be hard pressed to tell you not to go ahead and get that for a couple months and play some of these games and then cancel.
Yeah.
Or keep it if you want.
Right.
I don't know that for a lot of people the classic game lineup would be worth it. But for me,
I would. There's a lot of games in there, and look, they've almost got me hooked with that list, and it's just, I can play that.
And I haven't even got into yet that the version that you're downloading of these classic games kind of works like the Nintendo Switch Online stuff, where you can save state and you can pause, like from outside of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legend Dragoon needs to be for sure. But I mean, honestly, look, Dark Cloud 1 and 2 with save states. Wild Arms 3 and Rogue Galaxy with save states. I mean, I guess I could already do that on an emulator, but to be able to run them in HD.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think, like I said, I'm kind of with you. That second tier there, possibly. I would probably. There would probably definitely be months where I would want to put in the extra to get those old games.
Yeah.
To play a few of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. A lot of people would like to play it, like to have it on Steam, and
for sure.
Oof.
Also, just throwing this out there, but I made a video a long time ago about Outer Wilds and how everybody should play that game. If you're already paying for PlayStation Plus, $5, and you can play Outer Wilds. $5 extra for 1 month, and you can play a game that's going to take you maybe 10 hours. but
Yeah.
it's an incredible experience and absolutely worth it. We're not sponsored by Sony to talk about this. This is our own personal opinions. I think for a lot of people, it's going to be worth it to subscribe for a couple months and then maybe not. For most people, the classic version, probably not worth it.
Fair enough.
But especially not for the demos. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
Also, I want to throw this out there. They added a weird thing at the end here in their new games added regularly thing. Monthly refresh will occur on the first Tuesday of the month for PlayStation Plus Essential, which is the current plan, as it always has. But the extra and premium versions, an additional monthly refresh will occur in the middle of each month with new games across the PlayStation Plus extra and premium plans. The number of games refreshed will vary per month. So they're going to be adding extra games to those plans, which tells me it's probably going to be classic games that they're adding to those plans.
Okay.
As they get them bumped up, you know,
it may be
HD.
Yeah, true. Golly, man, and the Sony back catalog, is exciting.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
That'd be hard. Who has the best back catalog?
We might have decided on our topic for tonight.
I think it might, okay.
Because we have one more news story that I don't know how long this is going to take. We might have time for a topic. We might not. We'll see. But this is a weird thing. Also, just real quick, wanted to say before we move on, it's launching in Asia on May 24th, the PlayStation Plus premiums. May 24th for Asia, Japan on June 2nd, North and South America June 13th, and leaving Europe, Australia, and New Zealand on June 23rd. So, rolling it releases. Interesting that it's launching in Asia first and then Japan and not launching in Japan first. But
that is, yeah, a little strange. Of course, there's nothing Japan is doing right now that have a little political thing going on, and we're not going to get into geopolitics right now in the world, but there is something kind of funny about that. But yeah. So this next one, man.
Yeah, let's talk about. I even titled the podcast after this story, NFTnafune. Let's talk about Beastroid. So there is a new NFT project called Beastroid that is coming out, which this is definitely the time to be making new NFT projects.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, everybody loves NFTs right now, and it definitely hasn't like burned a ton of people or cost a bunch of people hundreds of thousands of dollars, or a bunch of celebrities haven't backed out of their NFT deals or anything. This is the best time to go to NFTs.
Sweet, Dark, sweet.
Beastroid. This thing is so weird. I cannot preface how weird this is for me to get into. Beastroid was leaked. It was supposed to be announced in 54 days. But a press release leaked it.
Okay.
It is an NFT project based around... Well, let me just read this for you. It's the world's first future-driven NFT revolution by 2,620 Beastroids landing on Earth to save all human beings. In 20XX, humans are in danger of extinction. In their hope to survive, paradise is the destination. An organism led by the wealthy man Ethan deployed Guardian 5 to protect the grounds and to kill any human that tries to breach. To counterstrike, Beastroids are the only hope for the future of mankind.
So make a game.
That's sort of what this is supposed to be. You'll form your team of 4 Beastroids the same color or 1 Beastroid in 5 different colors. And you'll receive a special combo NFT. There'll be premium Beast Riders or Beastroids. And these Beastroids, this is where things get really weird. These Beastroids are supposed to be made by the legendary artist Keiji Inafune himself. Keiji Inafune, one of the people that helped make Mega Man. Keiji Inafune's signature is not on any of the pictures that have been shown. since his split with Capcom, he has put his signature on everything he's made that we know of. However, he's been completely silent. It could be that he's been silent because he's not a part of this, or it could be that he's been silent because it wasn't supposed to be announced yet.
Which is possible.
Now, go ahead.
It was like, hey, you know the pay to win thing? Yeah, can we give that cocaine?
Yeah. Can
we just put that in overdrive? Is there anything we can do to take that to the extremes? An NFT. So this is an NFT trading card game?
Yeah, sort of. A digital NFT game that the game itself doesn't exist yet. The minting date for the NFTs is to be announced. The minting price for the NFTs is to be announced.
Look, if it's... No, I can't really think of any way to justify this. Never mind, go on.
The weird part about this is people love Keiji Inafune, right? People love Keiji because his work on Mega Man. But what people forget about is that Keiji Inafune... Oh, man, how do I word this nicely? As a huge Mega Man fan, as a diehard Proto Man fan, that Keiji Inafune was part of making Proto Man himself, like designing him. He stole a bunch of people's money.
Yes, he's a jerk.
He made Mighty Number 9 and then pocketed the money. I say pocketed. His studio pocketed the money from Red Ash, the anime they were going to make about the character from Mighty Number 9. Let me remind everybody here, I backed Mighty Number 9 on Kickstarter and never got my copy. I never received my copy. I purchased Mighty Number 9 to be able to make a video on it. I effectively bought Mighty Number 9 twice. And it's one of the worst games I've ever played. I was crying like an anime fan on prom night. Everybody remembers that trailer, right? So for anybody who's like, well, Keiji Inafune would never do this. Yeah. Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
There's a reason Capcom split with him. And it's the same thing that we were talking about last, 2 weeks ago with Yuji Naka? Yeah. It's like, look, these people make some good stuff, but that doesn't exempt them from the things they've done.
Right.
No, I contacted them and never got a response. And Kickstarter did not have a bunch of the rules that it has in place now because of things like Mighty Number 9 to be able to make sure I got my money back. So they have 4 Beastroids that they're showing off here. They have Hyena Slasher.
So wait, hold on. They're showing you the pictures of the NFTs.
Yeah. Oh, I've already copied some of these down and saved them. Yes. And these are Inafune-esque designs, right? I'm going to pull up some pictures here so you can see them. Because they are Inafune-like, right? So this is a picture of the combo stuff here with one of these characters. That is Inafune-like. The website itself, by the way, is Inafune then numbers.polkafantasy.com.
No, that looks like right up his alley.
Yeah, it's definitely Inafune-like. So either it is Inafune or it's a very good artist that is drawing in his style. I'm going to try and pull up a picture of Frill Dragon here so you can see it. Because they definitely know what they're doing, you know? Google and see if because I can't get it from the website itself. The website itself is smart enough to embed the pictures so that you can't just copy them. But they posted them to Twitter, which means everybody's already copied them. Yeah, I can't get a picture here, but it is something. But it's very Inafune-like art.
No.
They also have a deal here about Inafune himself on this website, which again could be lies, but it says Keiji Inafune is a legend in the gaming industry. Starting off as a character designer for Street Fighter and Mega Man, during the NES and Super NES era, Inafune-san was the core artist for the entire Mega Man series. Thereafter, he created the character Zero for Mega Man X. Beastroid Volume 001 is Inafune-san's first futuristic NFT collection integrated with incredible utilities. As he is stepping foot in the metaverse, Polka Fantasy is proud to present the official debut of the Robo Revolution collection on its brand new Marketplace 2.0.
Yeah, no. Not for me, thanks.
Yeah. Again, there's a lot of discussion about whether or not it's actually Inafune involved or not. Right now, there's no confirmation. His copyright is not on the site, and the text on the Japanese side is ripped directly from his Japan Game Creators Guild profile.
Okay.
But who knows? We won't know until he says something or it's confirmed. If his copyright shows up on there, then we know. But
right.
It could just easily be them claiming to be Inafune to be able to get more money. Yeah, I'm not buying into this.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'd never touch NFTs. Never.
Yeah, no thank you.
Ugh. All right, man. Well,
let's throw it over to
ready?
Rugred's Corner.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to say a happy birthday to Trent Reznor.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sure he's watching. Appreciate you, sir. Yeah. Pretty Hate Machine is just a highly influential album for me.
Yeah.
All right. So, the story for today. This is a little bit weird.
Okay.
All right.
I like weird stuff.
It could be, might be shocking everything. There's great mysteries throughout history, right?
Right.
You know, and there's a lot of graves where people don't know, like nobody's for sure where Alexander the Great's grave is or anything like that. Well, there's a few of those. I don't think Genghis Khan's, one of the Khan's graves I don't think is known. They're trying to search for it. And of course, there's some Egyptian kings that haven't been found. They're not in the Valley of Kings. They're not in the pyramids because they weren't used as tombs.
Right.
No, just keep that in mind. They weren't tombs. Never on that. But there has been a huge archaeological discovery on a lost grave.
Okay.
Yes. Apparently, they believe now they have found the grave of Santa Claus. For centuries, the location of the grave of St. Nicholas of Myra, the inspiration, it's Santa Claus, or Santa Claus, the inspiration of Santa Claus.
Children, if you're watching, I'm so sorry.
Well, maybe he's a ghost. I don't know. Now, it was claimed for the longest time that he was buried at the church that carries his name.
Yeah.
But they searched the ground different ways and never found anything. His body was stolen. Apparently, Italian merchants were rumored to have stolen it during medieval times. Through that, there's some, which may or may not. There's some stuff with honey and dead bodies, but that's got to set for 100 years. Google that.
Why
they
would
have
Italian merchants steal his body though?
Have you ever? What's it called? Is it Honeyman? Something to the effect of Honeyman. Okay, and it's a little off subject, but here.
All right.
Honeyman was made by when a person who knew they're about to die from old age or whatever, they would volunteer for this. They would eat nothing but honey. They would bathe in nothing but honey, and they would just pretty much stay in honey until they died. And when they died, they were sealed up all in the honey.
Okay. For
100 years.
Ah.
It dissolved into the honey, the body did.
Yeah.
It was mixed up, and it was given out as a medicine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Huh.
Excuse me. Okay, so back.
Yeah, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah. So the head of the Monument Authority told the local news that he and his team have found a shrine beneath the floors of St. Nicholas Church. It had been unseen due to the tiled floor intricate mosaic
Okay.
It was found during a routine survey, and they believe that the tomb underneath it, uh, that may be Saint Nicholas
Okay.
with some lines on it. Yeah, they are. Ooh, man, they are. They've got to get down to excavate it, clean out, which is going to be. They don't want to. They want to check, but they want to get that when they put the floor back. They want
Right.
the cracks where they were,
Yeah.
for a time. But they believe the shrine underneath has not been damaged at all. It's just because of the mosaic, the intricate mosaic on the floor.
Right.
It's going to be really hard to get to. Apparently, there's a new team hiring right now, and for help to dig up Santa Claus.
Well, all right then.
Yeah. So if this gets verified, obviously it will be put up as a marker. And I keep going to I keep saying Santa Claus for us here, but for Saint Nicholas, I believe, especially in like the Eastern Orthodox,
Right.
church, this is like going to be a real big deal for them.
No, for sure.
If this grave gets confirmed.
Yeah.
So, I did not expect to be finding out about the grave of Saint Nick today.
Yeah. St. Nicholas was a kind of big thing, but they need to be careful when they get down there because Piet might still be guarding him today.
Maybe so.
Old Sinterklaas.
Yeah. The like that. And I don't
just
know if
realized
he'll consider that nutty or not.
There are probably people that don't know who Piet is. Black Peter.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do.
Be very careful when you Google Black Peter, but
yeah,
Piet is quite the interesting thing.
Maybe it's a grave of Wampus.
Just look out for Krampus. Yeah, no, that's. Look, when you told me you had a weird story today, I didn't.
Yeah. I came across today digging.
Some people go grave robbing, they're archaeologists, but if you do it, you go to jail. It's because they have written permission to be able to do it. You need to forge written permission.
Right?
So yeah, we have a little bit more time before we normally would end the podcast, and you suggested a topic earlier.
Well, I just said something you suggested as a topic
that I think is really good. Who has the best backlog? Or not from Saint Nick. That's true. They need to get permission from his descendants, and if he has none, they need to get permission from the landholder, and if there is none, they need to get permission from the church, I guess, depending on where they're at.
Yeah, I don't. Well, because I think because of where it is in Italy, the way it's going to work, it might belong to either the government or the Vatican.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
So the back catalog.
Yeah. The answer's dark. Topic's complete. All right. For the sake of this, I'm going to pull up the wiki pages for the consoles that I think have a chance. You let me know if there's any that you.
Well, it's like the whole back catalog, right?
Yeah.
I think the big three: Sony, Nintendo, Xbox.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm kind of thinking there's not much of a discussion. I think that's the order that for me it would go in. Yeah. I know it would be Sony, Nintendo, Xbox. I know Nintendo's got the classic games. That was the saved video games. Save the whole home system with Zelda and all that. Yes. And they do have because Sega falls under the Nintendo banner now.
Right.
So it's got Sonic. You got a lot of good stuff in there. And there's classic games, Earthbound. But when you get to PlayStation, holy cow! I mean, Resident Evil.
Yeah, it is ridiculous when you look at the PS2 alone.
Yes. It's got to have. I got to go with Sony.
Yeah.
on through that. I think I think the Xbox has come a long way,
Right.
and they've got some great games. But if I'm looking back at the backlog, because it's games just Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that on anything else.
If we include PC, PC has to win because too many games come out every single day on Steam.
Yeah, I would think.
Every
Absolutely.
single day.
Yeah, and I don't care how much of a diehard console person you are. You have to give a nod to PC. It's kind of the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
I'm going through that because you've got, even if you're going back then when Nintendo's getting going, you've still got the PC doing like King's Quest.
Right.
And then of course some of that's also, nostalgia. The Oregon Trail thing.
I agree that we should probably go with best back catalog because otherwise it's going to be like who has the most. But even then, I think if we're looking at best,
that's kind of the way I was thinking about it.
PlayStation versus Nintendo, it's still going to be pretty close for me. But I think I'm going to have to edge out to PlayStation, even though for me, Nintendo has the back catalog that I love more. Right? Like original Zelda, you're getting Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, you're getting Pokemon, you're getting Final Fantasy, you're also getting Final Fantasy on Sony, you're getting you're getting Dragon Quest on both. You're getting
hold on, if we're doing it back cut, well no, I guess you can get I guess technically you could get every Final Fantasy now, but Final Fantasy on Sony on PlayStation started with 7.
Yeah.
Because it was the first one on discs.
Right.
I don't know, like I said, I think Sony's got to take it. Resident Evil, GTA, or
but Chrono Trigger's on the Snes.
Oh yeah,
Chrono Trigger's on the Snes.
The Tekken.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong's good on the.
Look, we have to be honest here and say that as much as I love my Xbox 360, Xbox doesn't have a chance here.
No, I don't think so.
I'm sorry,
and I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I think they've been great here. They've been winning lately.
Yeah,
but as far as this goes, they're not. I don't think they're in the running. I think it's between these two, and I think it kind of comes down that I think in a lot of ways Nintendo might have the more iconic characters.
Yeah,
and then. But that doesn't always translate.
Right, because even if the character's good, if the games aren't. Like, there's some really bad Paper Mario games.
Yeah. The next PS gets the next most. Yeah, if you're just going by sheer numbers, that would definitely be the order.
So,
I would think.
I have, according to, let me get Metacritic on both, and we'll do it this way. The best PS2 and best SNES games for Metacritic.
Okay.
And that way we have the highest chance of getting, like, a comparable list here.
Ico, Shadow Colossus.
Right.
Oh, man. And a lot of games now have gone over to other platforms.
Right.
You can get them on more than one. We talked about the Final Fantasy earlier.
All right, so I've got. We're gonna go 25v25 here.
Okay. Legend of Dragoon, yeah, right.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the 25th lowest. I hate this already because there's sports games in here and I forgot about it. So 25th best PS2 game is World Soccer winning 11-7 International.
Okay.
And the 25th best SNES game is Turtles in Time.
Okay. Well, that one would go to Nintendo.
Yeah. After that is Virtua Fighter versus Harvest Moon.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I think Virtua Fighter has to take that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too.
I wish I could ignore the soccer and stuff, but NFL 2K3 this numbers go so far back versus Super Mario All-Stars.
Well, the All-Stars are going to win that, but that's not the best. The sports games, here's the thing, except for like maybe Wii Sports, the sports games, I understand your frustration because PlayStation's going to win that one.
Yeah.
Especially if we're going all time because they
Right.
had the Madden series exclusive. They actually used to make good sports games.
Yeah, I'd rather have the other games. Okay, so
Right.
here we go. Soul Calibur 2 versus F-Zero.
Oh, wow. That's almost a toss-up for me.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go Soul Calibur just for the sheer content. But
Okay.
I think I like F-Zero more. I just don't think it has as much content.
Yeah.
Contra 3, The Alien Wars versus Okami.
Ugh.
I think I gotta go Okami.
I think so, yeah. I can go to Kami with that one.
Okay. Next up is Secret of Mana versus SSX.
Secret of Mana.
Yeah, I gotta go Secret of Mana for sure. For sure. Super Mario Kart versus Prince of Persia Sands of Time.
Oh, man.
I think I'm gonna go Prince of Persia.
I think so, because the Sands of Time game
Yeah.
was really special.
Yeah,
I
it
know,
was.
like, Mario Kart's lovely. Love
Right.
playing it, but yeah. Ooh.
This one's gonna hurt. Get ready.
Oh,
God of War 2, considered by many to be the best God of War game, versus ActRaiser.
versus what?
ActRaiser.
Oh, ActRaiser. Sorry.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go God of War
I
2.
think I'm gonna go God of War as well. I love ActRaiser. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Burnout 3 Takedown versus Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And I'm sorry, I love Burnout, but I have to go 2 Turbo.
Yeah. Same here. You got to give it to the Street Fighter on that one.
Super Castlevania 4 versus Virtual Fighter 4.
Oh,
I don't love either one of these games as much as I love the other
no.
ones.
No. And I'm trying to remember where Virtua Fighter 4 came out.
It was 2002. It was the one that added Leifei and Vanessa.
Okay. So no. I don't know. I think I go toss up here.
Yeah, I think I am gonna go Super Castlevania 4,
Yeah.
but you could ask me tomorrow and I'd have the other answer.
Right. Right.
The original Donkey Kong Country versus the original God of War.
Okay. The original Donkey Kong Country was something that was very special with the graphics and the way it played and everything. Yeah. But man, I gotta go with God of War.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the original Donkey Kong Country. Okay. But either one of them are good choices. I mean, okay.
Well, that's your first system, yeah?
Yeah. I can't not. I played that game so much as a kid, you know?
Right.
NBA Jam versus NCAA Football 2004. This was the first major NCAA football.
Okay. At this time, out of those two, I'll tell you right now, NBA Jam.
Yeah, NBA Jam is far more stylish, interesting.
Yeah. But later on, in 2013, the NCAA game was excellent.
Right.
Go ahead.
My heart. Tetris Attack versus Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence.
Nah, Metal Gear Solid 3. I understand the love for
Tetris. MGS3. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Not Tetris Attack.
The posters on the wall. Super Punch-Out versus Madden 2004.
I did not like Super Punch-Out, and Madden 2004 was a solid football game.
Yeah.
So I would go with Madden on that one.
I liked regular Punch-Out way more than Super Punch-Out. So very weirdly, I'm going to go with Madden on this one.
Yeah.
Kirby Superstar versus Madden 2002.
For me, I'd still go with the Madden over. There's some golden years in there.
Yeah.
Like right there at the turn of the century.
Oh, for sure.
Madden was really good with what they were doing with it. Honestly, they're better than today's. It's insane.
I would still go Kirby on this one, just because Superstar is
Kirby's
very, very good.
Yeah.
But
So.
all right, the original Devil May Cry versus Final Fantasy 2, not Final Fantasy 4, which is the one that we thought was 2. But Final Fantasy 2, it's not even a challenge here. This has to go to DMC 1 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't stand Final Fantasy 2.
No, that's the you use this weapon, you upgrade that.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
How do you get more HP? By taking damage.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Devil May Cry was freaking awesome.
Super Mario RPG versus Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
I have to go Super Mario RPG. The music in Super Mario RPG is so good.
And the soundtrack for Tony Hawk is awesome.
Look. I'm sorry for this next one, but there's not even a contest for me. Madden 2003 versus Mega Man X.
No, even I got to go with Mega Man on that.
Yeah, Mega Man X is such a good game.
Mega Man X was a big deal for Mega Man fans.
Yeah. Gran Turismo 3 versus Earthbound. Gran Turismo 3 was where that franchise really took off.
Yeah, I know. That Gran Turismo 3 was pretty. The Gran Turismo 3 is the one that made everybody kind of stop and go, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Earthbound a lot.
Yeah.
But I think I got to give it to GT3.
Yeah. I think that's right. Gran Turismo 3, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City versus Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I'm going to say this right now. Yoshi can burn for all I care. GTA Vice City for sure. Okay. Final Fantasy 6, not like the one we got is 3, but it actually is 6.
Okay.
The one with Terra, you start in the snow.
Yeah. Versus
GTA San Andreas.
Some favorite GTA. Man, 6 is pretty groundbreaking.
I have to go 6. I have to. I love San Andreas, but I have to go 6.
Yeah, I think 6. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible game. Okay, we're getting top 4. Metal Gear Solid 2 versus Super Mario World.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Metal Gear Solid 2 has Fat Man in it.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2 has Vamp in it.
Man.
Metal Gear Solid 2 has Solidus Snake in it.
Yeah, I think yeah.
But it's up against Mario World.
I know. I think I'm going the Metal Gear though.
I think I am too.
Metal Gear Solid 2. The live and laugh.
Yep.
Grow fat and yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. If I on Desert Island I got those 2 games, I'm probably playing the Metal Gear Solid one more.
This one hurts my soul.
Okay.
Resident Evil 4 versus Chrono Trigger.
I know which one you're.
I have to go Chrono Trigger.
I know. Mine would be Resident Evil though.
I have to. But I love RE4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. Grand Theft Auto 3 versus The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Look, Zelda's got some weight in there, but throwing A Link to the Past is not the one to put up against 3.
Oh, see, I'm going Link to the Past 100%. That's one of my favorite Zelda games.
I think I'd have more fun playing 3.
That's fair.
I do love the Zelda games, but I think I get more out of 3.
All right, get ready. Number 1 on both sides. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 versus Super Metroid.
These are the number 1s.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going Super Metroid.
Super Metroid's
not
great.
That Pro Skater 3 is not good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I think that's the one where you can be Spider-Man, right?
Possibly. Man, the soundtracks on those were awesome, though.
Yep. Playing around
But
in the park.
Metroid is Metroid.
Super Metroid is one of the greatest games ever made, in my opinion.
Oh. Yeah, I think I might toss it over to. Out of those two, I think I'd have to give it to the Super Metroid.
Yeah.
On that. I don't know. But
So, I'm going to go back over the list real quick. Which one do you think won?
I don't know. I think it was really close, and I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a little bit of personal preference. You know,
Yeah.
For me, if it's like, okay, you can only pick one, and these are the games you're going to have, I'm walking with a Sony.
Right.
I'm taking the Sony list. So
3. Split. 3-6 right now. Split. 4-6. 4-7. 4-8. Split. 4-9. Split. 5-9. 5-10. 5-11. 6-11. 6-12. Split. 7-12. 7-12. Nintendo 7. PlayStation 12. PlayStation wins. PlayStation 2 wins.
I think, yeah, that's it. I think for me,
Yeah.
now there's no way I would turn down Nintendo with all those games.
Right.
Like here, you have all these games, you have the ability to play with them. But
Absolutely.
Out of the two, I just think. Also, I mean, it took a while. PlayStation decided to make a little more grown-up games before everybody else, it seems like.
Right.
Maybe that helps. I don't know.
Look, at the end of the day, PlayStation's got DMC, PlayStation's got Metal Gear, PlayStation's got Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Those 3 are near and dear to my heart. You put those in a list, I'm going to have a hard time not choosing them.
Right. And that's the thing. I've got, you can't help but give respect to Nintendo for some of the games, some of the games they put out. But yeah, as far as the big titles or their exclusive titles, yeah, Sony's going to win. Sony's going to win.
So we've answered the question of who has the best backlog.
Yes.
Do you have any plugs for this week?
I'll plug Steven of Blender again.
Okay.
He got in touch with me. He is working on a song.
Nice.
So hopefully get him out. He did a song. I'm not saying, but he did a song for that he did it for Ukraine. He said it reminded me of Ukraine. It's a really, really good one. He's got two. I'm trying to remember the name of his other song. Elona, I think. Elona.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I've listened to that a few times. I think that's out of the 3 he's got. I think it's my favorite one. The second one he put out.
Okay.
The one he's got so far. But yeah, I want to encourage this guy to put out another song.
For sure. And then you've got another song coming out Sunday.
Sunday, yes. Another song coming out Sunday. Every Sunday, it'll be out around 3 o'clock. And then when I get an hour's worth of music, I'll put it on an album and put it out. So go see that. Thank you for putting up the link again.
Of course. The link will be in the description as well. You can follow that link to be able to get to Rungren's music. And, we've still got videos still coming up. Thursday, we'll be talking about a new book that we both forgot was coming out.
Well, I think when we started this, we said we were going to do the book.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to take that back. So I think we did give warning.
Right.
We did. Not excusing us for forgetting, but I did want to give us props. I think I do believe we gave warning about that.
For some reason in my head, it was coming out after the Radiant Sentinel, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
I think that's because recently we've been talking more about the Radiant Citadel than
that's true.
more times in our discussions.
I have a really cool thing planned for that, so I'm excited. Because we'll cover them as we normally do. For anybody that doesn't normally watch our Thursday podcast when we cover books, Rungren is going in blind almost every time for the book. And I'm giving him the information, and we get his reaction, and that way he also gets to give his opinion. So I'm excited for this one. This one's going to be interesting. But, yeah. Any other plugs?
No, nothing I can think of off the top of my head.
Have I done the DP thing for hitting it? Not yet. No, we still got to do that, and we're closely getting to another Well, we hit it just now, so I refreshed
What?
the page. We're at 10:50 now, so got another milestone there. Gotta do a special party.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot planned, so please look forward to all that. Please come back Thursday, 7:00 Central Time, as we'll talk about the new book that has come out for D&D. And yeah.
Yeah.
Until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Ryan.
We've been the Full Spectrum Podcast, and remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that life has to offer.